All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you're doing good. Welcome back to another video where old Don B discusses his opinions about popular true crime cases and some news going on. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Sebastian Rogers and Leilani Simon, but we'll get into Leilani in just a little bit. But boy, things are really heating up on YouTube in the Sebastian Rogers case. I seen where Seth and Tony was on Vinny's channel or Court TV's channel. I can't remember which one it was, but Seth's not too happy. Seth is not too happy, guys, and I kind of can't blame him. It's like around 8 months. 8 months, guys. And again, you've got 3 agencies involved in this. You've got, local Sumner County, TBI, and the FBI, right? 8 months. And they, with all these agencies investigating this, can't clear one person. You can't clear one person. Right? Yeah, I'd be a little frustrated too. Especially if, like Seth, he's pretty much showed receipts where he was at. I don't think anybody else has showed receipts, and I'm talking receipts where they were at, right? So yeah, I'd be a little upset too. And I believe old Seth's taking off the gloves. I believe he's taking them off and letting it fly, man. I heard him talking about the he through an attorney. He got a hold of some CPS papers, DCS papers, and man, if you haven't heard Seth say this, it's something to think about, guys. It's something to think about. But allegedly, Seth said, now I've not got this recorded. I'm just saying it verbatim here. I would play it, but I'm pretty sure all of you have heard it so far. But Seth has come out and said he feels like maybe Sebastian needed a protection order from the people he was around. Right? Anyway, if you want to go check it out, it's I believe all of y'all. I believe you guys have heard it. I bet you a lot of YouTubers have already played it, where Seth has basically said, "Hey, where was Sebastian's protection order from them?" And man, does that speak volumes, right? So old Seth, man, he's taking off the gloves. So I wonder how that's going to make them feel, right? I wonder how it's going to make them feel. Again, what question, what frustrates everybody in this case? The lack of transparency, probably the lack of communication with probably Katie and Seth, with the police. I bet it's just like the police, it's almost like the police have forgotten about the whole thing, is what it feels like. They've not come on and done, all they'd have to do is come on and do like a 30-second press conference. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's all it would take to maybe bring the temperature down on social media a little bit. What would they say in that 30 seconds, Don B? Well, how about this? We understand there's a lot of concern going on in the Sebastian Rogers case, a lot of concern, especially on social media. But I just want to let everybody know and rest assured we're still investigating it. We're going at it 110%. And, hopefully when we do get there, we'll have the answers. And, until then, just want to let you guys know and rest assured we are still investigating Sebastian's disappearance 110%. And, that's all they got to say, guys. That's all they got to say. That is all they got to say. And they don't have to ask for, I mean, it can just basically be a YouTube video on Sumner County's YouTube page if they got one. It can be on their Facebook. They can do a video on Facebook. I mean, they can even, get the news to come in and basically say, hey, we're not going to have any reporters in here because we're not going to answer any questions, but we would like to get some airtime out to the public to let them know that we are still working on Sebastian's case and going at it 110%. At least they could do that. Maybe a minute at the most it would take. I mean, I just basically done it. Why can't Sumner County do it? You know what I mean? I really do think it would bring the temperature down on social media a lot if they done that. It's called communication. Communication. And 60 seconds of that may make a world of difference. And, they're hollering, well, social media is doing this and social. Well, I mean, you guys are head of the investigation. And you don't have to come out and do a press conference. You don't have to investigate the disappearance. As a matter of fact, you can just, it's yours to lose. But it's yours to put on it's your investigation to put into a cold case box. It's your investigation to solve it. But I think a little bit of communication would go a long way in the Sebastian Rogers case right now. I really do. Now, whether they do that or not, I don't know. I mean, it's been months since they've said anything public, like held an official press conference or anything like that. But I can see where everybody involved would be frustrated because 8 months, guys. And you've got one of the world's best law enforcement agencies, the FBI, helping out. And they still cannot clear one person in this case. Yeah, it's concerning. So anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on the Sebastian Rogers case. Now to Leilani Simon. Apparently her her trial is supposed to start very soon. I think maybe next week. So if you're not familiar with Leilani Simon, she is the mother of Quinton Simon. And just to give you a short story on it, apparently there was some issues going on, and apparently Quinton Simon was, apparently Leilani basically lost custody of Quinton, and custody was granted to Quinton's grandmother, which is Leilani's mom. And apparently Leilani's mom, I think her name's Billy Joe, they had a really good job offer. I guess they done some kind of construction work or something like that. Anyway, they must have had a really good job offer they couldn't refuse. But point being, unfortunately, Billy Joe left. She gave Quinton back to Leilani. when he was legally stripped of Leilani and given to Billy Joe, the grandmother. So the grandmother basically just said, "Here, watch Quinton until we get back. We got a big job to do." You know, allegedly, that's probably, in my opinion, that's what was said and what happened. You know, now I don't know exactly what was said, but the point is, allegedly, Billy Joe gave Quinton back to Leilani, and they went on some kind of job, out of town job, to work it or whatever. And in that time, little Quinton died. Little Quinton died, and allegedly at the hands of his mother, that, you know, DCS took him from. Now, how did he end up back with his mother? That's between, you know, Leilani and her mother. That's between Leilani and her mom. Allegedly, her mom gave Quinton back to her to go out of town. I mean, what was the job worth it at the end of the day after Quinton is now dead, you know, was killed? You have to stop and think, what was the job and the decision you made to allegedly give Quinton to Leilani to watch while you went out on that, you know, went out of town on that job? Was it worth it? That's my question. Was it worth it? So let me let you listen to a little audio piece here from the news real quick.
The night before Quinton was killed, prosecutors say Leilani and her then boyfriend Daniel Youngkin got into a fight because Leilani believed the couple was falling out of love. Leilani left after the argument, heading to her drug dealer. There, prosecutors say she picked up marijuana, cocaine, and Percocet and was high on all of them when Quinton was killed. Prosecutors unveil police interviews, texts from Leilani, and 2 witnesses, all of which they say point to Leilani battling with her boyfriend and drug addiction around the time of Quinton's demise. Attorney Jenny Parker told the court that Leilani, quote, felt so low and desperate that she killed Quinton to be loved. The defense called the move by the state a Hail Mary pass, saying all this evidence does is show Leilani in a bad light.
All right, guys. So that's a little audio piece from the news, and basically explains, you know, what the police are thinking, what they're looking at, how they kind of, you know, where they're going kind of with this whole trial thing. That gives you an idea how they're going to be going at it. My question is, I mean, no matter how you look at it, whether she was, you know, allegedly out of her mind on drugs and killed Quinton, or, you know, whatever. I mean, I think the murder charge, I mean, in my opinion, I think, you know, with the police having everything they have, I think the jury is going to come back with a murder conviction. But what kind of murder conviction? You know, second degree, third, second, first, you know, what degree of murder will the jury come back on? Because I'm sure the defense is going to say, well, she didn't even know she'd done it. I mean, if you go back and look at the news video, the news interviews and stuff like that, she didn't even know she'd done it. And she said plainly that if it ends up that I did anything to him, basically she said something to the effect, allegedly, that she'll take full responsibility and turn herself in if in fact she did do something to him. So I can see the defense saying that, you know, she had no idea she done what she done. She had no idea. And then it'll be up to the prosecution to prove, yes, she knew what she done. She knew, and I think the prosecution will say, well, if she didn't know what she'd done, why'd she take him and, you know, allegedly throw him in a dumpster if she didn't know what she had done? Why did she try to hide it, so to speak? I guess that'll probably be what the prosecution comes back with. You know what I mean? So guys, let me know what you think about my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And appreciate you for hanging with me. And hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing good. Hope you have a great night. And I'll see you tomorrow.